Coach, you were just talking to the team about staying together, staying connected. What is it about that you've seen so far in the season that they can carry that to the next level against an opponent like West Virginia? Like you said, it's the toughest game we've played all year.
Yeah, I mean, I think their senior leadership, just the experience that they have, the maturity that they have. I've seen them connect really well this year and like fight through adversity, like whether that be on the court, in the locker room, in practice. Like they've really done a great job of just keeping intact and kind of keeping the distractions at bay. But I do think that like you have to continue to remind them, right? It's just like a relationship. You just got to keep pouring into it. You got to keep working it, keep mending it, because this is a really long season. And this is in a situation that none of us have ever been in before. And so we've got to make sure that, that we're just really connected and that we stay together.
Only 2 teams still undefeated in the Big 12. So, I mean, how do you deal with that pressure?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a matter of like what we said. It's one game at a time. Like we've been undefeated the entire season, right? And so that's been our motto the entire time, is just the next game 1-0. So I don't think that we can start really harping on that piece of it. It's a really long season. We didn't set out to be undefeated. That wasn't our goal at the beginning of the year. It's just working out because our kids are doing what we're asking them to do on a daily basis. So that's what we're going to try to do on Wednesday.
And you kind of told the girls about West Morgantown being a hostile environment. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard place to play. I mean, they'll have a really good crowd. It's loud. They shoot that musket thing like crazy. It scares the crap out of me every year. So they love women's basketball, and they create a great home court advantage for them. But we can't control what they say, and they say nasty things. Like they're hostile. It's what it's supposed to be, I guess. And so our kids just have to be prepared for that, and they've got to be able to go in there and know that their sisters are behind them, and that our huddles have to be really tight and know that like we're all in this together.
That's a challenge, the environment, but can you kind of just talk about the challenge when it comes to the team aspect that you're taking on?
Yeah, West Virginia's a really good team. I've coached against Coach Kellogg my entire head coaching career at different stops, and he does a great job. He has his system. They run their system really well. It's a little different than others because they jump in and out of a zone press. They're really aggressive to the basket. They're tough on the boards. So it's going to be a difficult game. They're physical. They're athletic. And they've had a lot of success in the past. So I think our kids are going to have to, have the right mindset and go in and be very confident in what we do and how we're playing this year, and make sure that, that we go blow for blow with them, that we don't let them throw the first punch, and that we never look back.
And then how did your non-conference schedule, I know like playing in Waco is a little different because fans have the ability to really travel. How did that non-conference schedule, those away games, kind of prepare you to take on these 2 that are very far away? Yeah,
we purposely went to New Mexico, but just because of that environment. They really support their women's basketball. It's a really hard place to play. And so I think that we purposely did that. I thought our kids handled that really well. And then we purposely went 3-hour plane ride to Washington State to have that experience, because West Virginia is a long ways away. So I think our kids are prepared in that manner. I think that they've had the experiences. I feel like this group just takes it as it comes. I don't feel like they put too much thought into things. I think they just say, hey, this is what we do and this is where we do it. And we're in a gym that has 2 goals that are 94 feet apart. We're going to play.
How has this team been so special for you this year?
Yeah, I think just their buy-in and their unity. I think the urgency that they're playing with has been really special, but they've really allowed us to coach them. And not necessarily like coaching them hard or whatever, because they certainly allow us to do that, but they've allowed us to focus on the strategy. They've allowed us to focus on the adjustments that we need. We're not having to, monitor relationships like are they mad at each other? Is there drama going on? Is there distractions? Like they literally come to work and they work hard, and then if they leave, they usually are going to bed because they're all so old, if you will. But yeah, it's just been a lot of fun to really coach them.
As being one of the 4 remaining undefeated teams, how has this stretch of where some people will say you're 8-0 versus quad 4 teams, but how did all that prepare you for the Big 12?
Yeah, I mean, I thought our schedule was a schedule that we put together that I think tested us and prepared us, right, and gave us some confidence along the way too. I mean, you can't schedule all quad 1 games. You can't schedule all quad 2 games. I thought we did a really good job of getting 3 Power 4 teams on our home court. You don't get that very often. Being able to travel and play on someone's real road games in the non-conference, I think was really important. And then obviously just getting off to a good start in conference has helped us. But I just think that our kids have done what they needed to do, whether it be since school started or even this summer. I think all of these things are keying into the run that we're on right now.
And how difficult is the Big 12 conference after watching some of these early games?
Yeah, there's a lot of parity. I love it. I mean, I think it just shows you that you have to show up every single night. Doesn't matter who you're playing. You know, road games are always going to be super tough. You got to try to protect your home court, but even then, you've got to show up and really play. I just love the fact that the conference is showing its depth and how deep they are and how tough it is. That's only going to it's only going to help us when it comes to NCAA tournament selection, because we want the Big 12 to be well represented. And so I think it's awesome to see the quality of basketball that's being played.
What problems do you think you pose for them?
I think, the fact that we have 5 scoring options on the court at all times is a problem for everybody, not necessarily them. I think it's a problem for our opponents. I think that our defense is tough. We're trying to not allow people to do what they want to do and just be disruptive. And so I think that, obviously that's going to be hopefully a positive for us. And then I think that, it just depends on how the matchups go. I mean, we're a little bit bigger than they are. Like I said, I think we've got a few more offensive weapons at times. So it's going to be a really good ball game. It's going to be a chess match, if you will.
Fast forward to Cincinnati, when you look at a team like that with that kind of record, I mean, what kind of challenge do they pose?
Yeah, well, number one, it's at Cincinnati, so road games are always tough. We haven't beaten them since they've joined the Big 12, so that's a problem in itself just for us. And I think they're really athletic and they're really well coached. I think that she does a fantastic job. She's going to get them going. It's just a matter of when, and we certainly don't want it to be against us. So we will have to respond from however Wednesday goes. Good or bad, we're going to have to respond and make sure that we are prepared and ready, because we're staying on the road the entire time. And that is something that we haven't necessarily done this year. And so I think that our kids are going to have to really lock in.
And then how is Stephanie kind of gelling with the rest of the girls? Are you seeing like any friendships form really quickly? How is the rest of the team reacting to her?
Yeah, they've been awesome. The girls have been awesome about welcoming her in. All of Lubbock has been awesome. She was at our radio show last night, and they were fantastic with her. I think she's just super grateful, and I think when you have a teammate that's super grateful to be here and joining at mid-season, I think that your teammates really love that, that they see that how appreciative she is to be a part of it. She's got a really kind heart, and so it's really easy to love her and to see the joy in her. And so it's just been a lot of fun for her to intertwine amongst us, and it's been great. Couldn't ask for anything better.
You were talking about coaching them hard. Who has been stepping up and getting to the level that you knew they had? Maybe bringing themselves up to a higher level.
Yeah, I think Janae Fritz is really playing well right now, and I think she's rising up and also being a really good leader for us. She demands excellence out of her teammates and out of herself, and so I think it's fun to watch her be a leader in that case. I think Snutta is really trying to elevate her game. She is always asking us after the games are over of, can I see the grade sheet? Am I getting better? Like, where can I improve? She takes hard coaching really well. I think that Jada Malone is obviously continues to elevate her game. But I could probably say that about all of them. I think that's why we are where we are, is because none of them are satisfied with where they're at, and as a team and individually, and they want to just keep getting better.
Anything else? All right, thanks.
Let's go.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you much.
Appreciate y'all. Yes.